Welcome, my name is Shara Johnson. I am the Canvas enthusiast, and today we are going to talk all about course settings. Now, we're not going to get into every single one because that will get boring, but I'm going to point out my favorite ones and things I think are important. So let's get started. We're going to get into my PE class first off, and we are going to navigate on the left-hand side all the way down to settings. There are a ton of things in this space. Now, do know, depending on how your admin has set up your account, you may or may not be able to edit some of the things that I'm showing you today. The very first thing you can do is you can add a course card. Now, there is a whole video dedicated to this, but really quickly, if I want to choose an image from Unsplash, I could find something about sports since this is a PE class, and I could select that course card. That's going to give my students a visual representation of this course in the dashboard. Now, I can rename this PE. I'm also an admin in my account, but most often you're not able to do that. We want that information from the student information system to kind of stay the way that it is because it allows us as administrators to be able to find it. Sometimes administrators will let you change that, but do know it may not allow you to do that. Now, there's a couple of settings I just want to show you in this space, starting with the starting and end dates. Now, your term date is set by your student information system. Once that term date is set, it might be, for example, that maybe your last day of the term is May 26th. Well, as a teacher, it was really hard for me sometimes to get everything graded by May 26th. So I might want to extend my day to maybe May 31st. Anything that I set here actually overrides the term dates that are set at the admin level. So if I extend my date, that allows me to grade. Now notice it says students can only participate in this course between these dates. That means it's a read-only state if they are outside of these dates. They can't submit anything, they can't do anything like that. Now there are some other settings here that I will let you focus on, but I want to show you a couple of other things, one of them being right here. Course visibility. Most often we think of Canvas as a situation where we enroll students into our courses and only those students have access. And absolutely, that is what it's intended for. But there are times when it would be helpful to create a course and share with people that maybe aren't enrolled. And if that's the case, you can actually set your course to public. Now, I've done this a few times when I'm doing professional development, or maybe it's just that I'm creating a course full of resources. I could see this being helpful if you had a club or maybe a basketball team course or a soccer team course that you wanted to share with parents and with students. Now, do know you do have some limited availability as far as like you're not able to submit assignments necessarily because there's no users enrolled. But if you're looking for a way to just give information and keep things organized all in one place, you can definitely use the public course feature. Now, I'm going to show you some of my favorite options, and they're actually tucked away under this More Options key. The first one being Show Recent Announcements on the course homepage. This is awesome. This allows your student, when they log in, to not only see their homepage, but at the very, very top, it will scroll the most recent announcements. Now, Canvas gives you all the way to 15. I think that's a little ridiculous. I like to scroll 2 or 3. But this, like I said, will always show the most recent at the very top of your homepage. Couple other things I like to tell people about in this space about discussions. Number 1, let students attach files to discussions. That one I like. The second one, I don't so much. Let students create discussion topics. Me personally, I don't want students doing that within this course. Now, maybe if this was a course that was a club course or a team course, but for me personally in my own class course, like I'm teaching something, I like to have a little bit more control. The thing about these settings is most people do not even know they exist. The second one is let students edit or delete their own discussion post. Now, I get it, we want kids to edit. Here's where the problem comes in. When you set a discussion, you have the ability to check the box that says, students will not see other posts until they post. Well, some students get crafty and they've learned that if they post something really quick, everyone else's posts become visible and then they can simply go in and edit their original post. Now, I found that out the hard way. So I personally uncheck this box. Now there are teachers that will think the opposite and they want them to be able to edit, and I agree. I just encourage my students to post again if they need to add more information to their original posts. Again, people don't know it's there. The last one I'd like to draw attention to is let students organize their own groups. I unchecked this one as well. The group space can get kind of jumbled after a few teachers start to use that group space, so I try to distract from students adding their own groups. I could see where there definitely would be use cases where you could come in and check this box and turn it on, but for the most part I like to leave it off when my students are starting their course. Another one that's important, high totals in the student grade summary. This is beneficial, especially when we have a lot of students that should reference their student information system for their final grade. Maybe the Canvas grade doesn't necessarily entail everything that they do in school, so that student information system is the real record. If that's what we're trying to reinforce, you might want to check that box so that students have to actually go to PowerSchool or go to Infinite Campus or Skyward to see that total grade. Now, there are other settings in this space, like I mentioned. I'm going to go ahead and update. I just wanted to show you some of the ones that I thought were really important. I did show you how we were going to scroll those announcements on the home page, so I want to show you what that looks like. Now, I don't have an announcement, so if I did, I would just want to make sure that you see it really quick. So let's just say welcome back. When we scroll those announcements on the home page, it's a one-stop shop for students. So when they log in, they not only see your module space, but they see the most recent announcements on the top. Probably my favorite setting in the settings space. I hope this video has been helpful. Please join us for another Canvas Enthusiast video soon. Have a great day.